I have been told that faith means never breaking, that strong belief has no room for the tears I hide. But then I remember a hill outside a city where you stood and wept and did not turn aside. You saw the stone before a friend's tomb. You knew the ending, yet you still let it show. Lord of comfort, if grief moved through you too, then maybe my own tears are safe to let go. You wept too before the miracle came. You wept too, knowing what you would still do. So when my own eyes cannot hold it in, I remember I am only becoming like you. This is not weakness, this is not losing ground. It is the same love that once broke through. Because if the Savior could stand and cry, then my tears are holy too. I used to think I had to hide the ache, put on a version stronger than I feel. But you did not perform your sorrow, you lived it right there in front of them, honest and real. Gentle Redeemer, teach me that kind of courage, the kind that does not have to pretend it is fine, that grief and faith can sit in the same room, because they once sat together in yours and mine. You wept too before the miracle came. You wept too, knowing what you would still do. So when my own eyes cannot hold it in, I remember I am only becoming like you. This is not weakness, this is not losing ground. It is the same love that once broke through. Because if the Savior could stand and cry, then my tears are holy too. And maybe that is the mystery I missed, that you did not skip past the pain to get to the praise. You walked straight through it, still fully loved, still fully God. In the hardest of days, you wept too, so now I understand. These tears do not mean my faith is small. Gentle Redeemer, you wept before healing came, and you are still holding me through it all. There is a kind of sorrow that no one can explain, the kind that sits inside you with no name to call it by. And I used to believe I carried it alone, until I read of one who was no stranger to that sigh. A man of sorrows, well acquainted with grief, not watching from a distance, but walking through it too. He did not learn our pain from far away. He wore it, he felt it, the way that we do. Acquainted with my grief, acquainted with my pain, not a God who simply understands from above, but one who has tasted every tear I have cried, and still chose to stay, and still chose to love. So when the weight feels heavier than I can carry, when the sorrow will not lift, no matter how I try, I remember he was well acquainted with this, and he never once left my side. He was despised, rejected, familiar with grief, and yet he never turned his face away from mine. So I do not have to explain what I am feeling. He already knows it, line by painful line. There is comfort in a Savior who has suffered, not a distant throne that never had to bleed, but a wounded hand still reaching out to hold me, because he knows exactly what I need. Acquainted with my grief, acquainted with my pain, not a God who simply understands from above, but one who has tasted every tear I have cried, and still chose to stay, and still chose to love. So when the weight feels heavier than I can carry, when the sorrow will not lift, no matter how I try, I remember he was well acquainted with this, and he never once left my side. And if he carried sorrow all the way to the end, and still rose again, still stands alive and whole, then maybe grief is not the final word for me. Maybe it is only a chapter acquainted with my grief, and still he stayed, still he loved, still he carried it through. So whatever sorrow I am walking today, I know I am not walking it without you. There is a kind of wound that cuts deeper than the rest, not the pain that strangers cause, but the ones we held so near. A kiss that was not love, but the mark of a goodbye. And still he did not run, still he did not disappear. He knew the hand that reached for coins before it came. He knew the face that would not meet his eyes, and yet he let it happen. He did not turn away, because love, real love, does not calculate the price. Betrayed by the ones he loved, and still he loved them through. He carried that kind of pain, so I would not carry mine alone. So when someone close to me chooses to walk away, when trust gets broken by a heart I called my own, I remember he knows this ache better than anyone. He felt the closest wounds cut, deepest of them all. And if he could still choose mercy in that garden, maybe I can learn to rise after the fall. It is not the enemy that breaks us the most. It is the friend who knew us and still chose to leave. And Jesus understood that lonely kind of hurt long before he asked me to believe. He does not tell me to pretend it did not happen. He does not ask me to forget the scar. He simply walks beside me through the aftermath, closer than the wound, closer than the wound is far. Betrayed by the ones he loved, and still he loved them through. He carried that kind of pain, so I would not carry mine alone. So when someone close to me chooses to walk away, when trust gets broken by a heart something sacred has to stay lost. Betrayed, yet he remained the same. Faithful when faithfulness was hardest to give. So whatever door has closed on me unfairly, I know there is still a way to forgive and to live. And to live. There is a kind of silence heavier than the night, the kind that falls when everyone you know is fast asleep. Not because they did not care, but because they too were tired, worn out from a day that asked more than they could keep. He did not wake them harshly, he did not demand more. He simply knelt alone beneath the olive trees. And in that quiet garden, with no one there to witness, he carried what no other soul could carry but with ease. Alone in the garden, but not alone anymore, because he walked through that silence, so I never would. So when the night feels heavy and no one is awake beside me, when the ones I love are tired and I wish they understood, I remember he knows what it means to kneel there quietly, to feel the weight alone while the world around him slept. And if he found the strength to rise up from that darkness, then I can trust the promise that he kept. Sometimes the loneliest hour is not about being left, it is about carrying something no one else can hold. And he understood that kind of solitude completely, long before the story of Calvary was told. He did not need them awake to still keep loving them. He did not measure loyalty by open eyes. So I can release the ones who cannot stay beside me, and trust that only he never truly leaves my side. Alone in the garden, but not alone anymore, because he walked through that silence, so I never would. So when the night feels heavy and no one is awake beside me, when the ones I love are tired and I wish they understood, I remember he knows what it means to kneel there quietly, to feel the weight alone while the world around him slept. And if he found the strength to rise up from that darkness, then I can trust the promise He showed me how to kneel alone in my own moments. I now know how to pray, because He walked that silence first and rose up from it, so I can walk through mine the very same way. There is a weight that presses down until you cannot stand, a burden with no name, too heavy to explain to anyone. And I have tried to carry mine with my own two hands, pretending I was strong enough, pretending it could be done. But somewhere on a road that led up to a hill, a wooden beam was placed on shoulders torn and worn. And He did not ask if it was fair, He did not ask for rescue. He simply walked, though every step was thorn. He carried what I could not carry on my own. He took the weight my hands were never meant to hold. So I do not have to prove how strong I am today. I only have to let Him carry what I cannot make whole. This is not surrender to a burden left unsolved. It is the freedom of a love that bore it all. Because if He could climb that hill with wounds still open, He can carry me through whatever makes me fall. I keep forgetting that I was never meant to hold it, this weight of shame, of fear, of everything undone. But grace was never a reward for being able. It was a gift for the ones who could not carry, not even one. So let me set it down, this thing I have been dragging. Let me stop pretending that my strength is where I stand, because the same hands that were nailed for my forgiveness are still open, still reaching, still ready to take command. He carried what I could not carry on my own. He took the weight my hands were never meant to hold. So I do not have to prove how strong I am today. I only have to let Him carry what I cannot make whole. This is not surrender to a burden left unsolved. It is the freedom is a weight he can mend. He carried what I could not all the way to the tomb, and rose up carrying nothing but victory instead. So whatever I am holding that feels too heavy now, I lay it at the feet of the one who is not dead. There is a kind of hurt that comes from being unwanted, not ignored by strangers, but turned away by your own. He came to the ones who should have known him first, and found closed doors where he hoped to find a home. His own town could not see past the carpenter they knew. His own people asked for someone else instead, and still he did not harden, still he did not withdraw. He kept on healing, kept on breaking bread. Rejected, yet he stayed. Unwanted, yet he remained. He did not need their welcome to keep offering his grace. So when I feel unseen, when I feel pushed aside, when I search for belonging and cannot find a place, I remember he knows what it means to be dismissed, to be called too plain, too poor, too small to matter much. And if he stayed in love through every closed door, then rejection was never strong enough to be his crutch. Sometimes the ones who should accept me first are silent. Sometimes the room goes quiet when I walk inside. But Jesus felt that silence long before I ever did, and he never let it change who he decided to abide. He did not shrink to fit the space they gave him. He did not beg to be let back into their favor. He simply kept on loving those who turned him away, because rejection could not touch what he came to deliver. Rejected, yet he stayed. Unwanted, yet he remained. He did not need their welcome to keep offering his grace. So when I feel unseen, when I feel pushed aside, when I search for belonging and cannot find a place, I remember he knows what it means to be dismissed, to be called too plain, too poor, too small to matter much. And if he stayed in love through every closed door, then rejection was never strong enough to be his crutch. And maybe belonging was never about being chosen first. easy, and that kind of staying is the truest kind of rest. Rejected, yet he stayed, and he is staying still. Not because I earned it, but because that is what love does. So wherever I have been turned away or overlooked, I know there is still one who never was. There is a day between the cross and the empty tomb, a day the story rushes past without a single word, where the stone was sealed and the sky stayed gray and quiet, and it seemed like heaven itself could not be heard. No angel came, no voice broke through the darkness, just a body resting, just a silence deep and wide. And I imagine those who loved him sat in questions, wondering if the promise had somehow died. This is the silence before the resurrection, the waiting no one talks about, the doubt before the dawn. So when my own life feels sealed inside a Saturday, when the miracle has not come and my hope feels gone, I remember even heaven kept a quiet kind of patience. Even glory waited for the third day to arrive. And if silence was not the end of the whole story, then my waiting is not the end of mine. I have lived inside that Saturday more than once, that space between the promise and the proof, where faith is not a feeling, but a stubborn kind of standing, holding on to something I cannot yet touch. But every silence in the Bible was not abandonment. It was only the pause before the world was rearranged. So let me trust the quiet, even when I cannot see it, because the God who was still working had not changed. This is the silence before the resurrection, the waiting no one talks about, the doubt before the dawn. So when my own life feels sealed inside a Saturday, when the miracle has not come and my hope feels gone, I remember even heaven kept a quiet kind of patience. Even glory waited for the third day to arrive. And if silence was not the end of the whole story, then my waiting is not the end of mine. And on the third before the resurrection taught me this, that quiet does not mean that God has walked away. So I will hold on through my own